How's it going, everybody? I'm the BTC Reaper. My goal on this channel is to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading when the price is going up or down. Over on total for the daily, it does look like we did reject our Fibonacci level like we said to watch out for. That VWAP is starting to pull back, momentum is starting to round, our money flow is in the green, stochastic is dropping, and that RSI is starting to weaken. If we look here at the 1 hour, it does look like we could be forming a head and shoulders, a slanted head and shoulders here on the 1 hour. So I would just keep an eye on this, but that other shoulder would be very goofy. So it depends on if you would want to call that a pattern or not. I'm saying because that shoulder is a little like lopsided, I wouldn't really go for it, but there is that probability, and that would end up taking us somewhere near that middle point of our MPP, somewhere around that 880 billion. Our stochastic does want to round. That VWAP is bullish. We have higher highs with higher lows, so that does give us a bullish trend, which is pushing momentum higher. So that is positive, and if that can maintain, then we can continue forward. So we did make a little bit of a push down today. That is response to the quick push up that we made yesterday. If we can continue forward from here, then we can push up again toward that 936, retest probably above it according to the MPP, and attempt to get higher highs. So we could create a bullish move here, but that VWAP is going to need to stay bullish. If that VWAP starts to pick up some bearish strength, then I would exercise a bit of caution. Over on Bitcoin for the daily, it does look like we are coming back down for our retest for our breakout, so this could be positive if followed by bullish momentum. Our momentum is starting to round away, stochastic is starting to break down, RSI is following, VWAP is pushing down, and money flow is in the green, but if that VWAP continues to favor bearish on lower time frames, we could end up breaking away. Right now, that VWAP is in the bearish territory. We do have weakening highs and consistent lows, so that is bringing that momentum lower. We are slowly losing that steam to help push us forward. If we cannot see that VWAP pick up some strength over the next few candles, then I would exercise caution. The MPP is still projecting we can make that push to the 106 though, which would be a new high, or at least retesting some candle wicks for our previous highs, and then hopefully we can meet some support for a continuation there. But if this VWAP continues to favor bearish, I would watch for some further strong red candles. If we break this support level of around this 103 and 102 area, then I would be a little more cautious for a breakdown, because remember, if we jump over to futures, we have three gaps. We have our 102 gap, which is our close gap. If we break that, no problem. We could push there, make a bounce. We do have another gap at about 97K though, so that'd be quite the push down from here. If we saw that push to 97K and we were unable to hold, then I would exercise caution on that 92, 93K gap. But right now, I am looking for that 100K gap to hold. If that 102K gap area does not hold, then we would want that 97K gap area to hold. If we can hold both these gaps, we could create a higher low within this current trend right here to help continue to sustain a push forward. But if we break both of those levels, then the bears may try to gain a little bit of control on us. Over on graph for the daily, it does look like we got quite the drawdown. We tried to make a bearish engulfing candle, but this is forming more of a long lower shadow candle, which is positive for us if we follow it with a strong green candle, because this does show that the bears tried to drop us down and the bulls are trying to step in. Now, if followed by a strong red candle, then that is a hammer candle that would send us lower, potentially down toward that 7716, according to that MPP. Our VWAP is starting to round away, momentum is starting to weaken, stochastic does want to round, RSI is pulling back, but our money flow is in the green. So again, if followed by a strong green candle, we could still see some decent continuation forward. But right now, that 1 hour does look a little iffy. We do have a lower high, so watch out for a lower low. If we get a lower low, then we likely would see that strong red candle instead. Our stochastic is starting to break away, RSI is pushing down, VWAP does want to favor bearish, momentum is starting to round, and money flow is losing some strength here. Over on XRP for the daily, it does look like we are retesting that Fibonacci level like we said to watch for. Our stochastic is starting to pull back. Our momentum is pushing down. VWAP is dropping. Overall, we don't look very positive. We are starting to slip into some bearish momentum, and if lower time frames start to favor bearish, we could see a breakdown because of that. But over on the 1 hour, we are seeing a slight higher low here. So if we can follow this with a higher high that does not connect, then we could push forward. That would be, yeah, we don't have highs and lows that connect, so we don't have a rising channel out of this. This could be a bullish continuation, which could try to push us to that 250, but there's an equal chance of getting rejected at 242. So watch for this VWAP to stay bullish. If it can stay bullish, momentum will push up, money flow will remain in the green, and we can continue forward. Over on Anchor for the daily, it does look like we got a little bit of a retest, nothing too bad, but pretty in line with the rest of the market. VWAP is pulling back, momentum wants to push forward, and our money flow is in the green. But watch that VWAP. If it continues to drop away, money flow could easily break back into the red. Over on the 1 hour, we are trying to get higher highs with higher lows, and it does look like they do not connect. So we are trying to create, and I could make a rising channel out of this potentially, but I would exercise caution on that because that could break us down. The MPP would project a push to about 2046 if we saw this break us down here. That VWAP is retesting. Watch for a higher low. If we can get another higher low followed by another higher high, we would continue our bullish trend. Momentum would remain in bullish territory. Money flow could remain green, and we would see that break forward. But if this VWAP starts to favor more bearish and we see a lower low followed by lower highs, we could end up rejecting away, testing that 20-cent level. And if VWAP does not reverse at that point, then we could end up losing it. Thank you for watching tonight's video. I hope you have a great night. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and join us in that Discord. We look forward to seeing you there.